Well, good afternoon, folks, and welcome back to the farm. It's a little bit cooler today. I actually came out of the house in a t-shirt. Had it here for 2 minutes. I'm like, I don't think so. I think I'm getting a little bit of a sweater. It's just riding the line between kind of nice and maybe it's gonna rain. I'm not sure. We got a weird weather this year. Seems everything's kind of a month early. Lots of guys are already starting looking at harvesting and stuff. So wild. Anyways, we actually just come back earlier this afternoon from camping. We went. Left the trailer there. I've got this thing where every time the camper goes, something breaks. So, I don't mind going close or something like that, but I don't really want to go too far. So we're gonna go to Rio Grande, out to the in-laws' place, and I'm just like, oh yeah, bring the whole toolkit because what's gonna break now? Anyways, the wife said, "Can you stop in town and pick up?" I think it was ice cream treats. Yeah, ice cream treats. And then you could throw them right in the freezer in the camper on your way out to Rio Grande. I'm like, yeah, perfect. So anyways, I wheel into the IJ in Beaver Lodge, get the ice cream treats, hop into the camper, and I'm like, really smells kind of like dill pickles. Anyways, come around the corner of the camper, and yeah, sure enough, there's a jar of dill pickles. It was in a shopping bag on the couch. And whatever, going down the road south of the farm here, must have hit a bump and the old jar of pickles rolled off, smashed on the floor of the camper. So there's broken glass, pickle juice all over the joint. Was well, hey, at least the camper itself didn't break. Anyways, I'm just gonna hop in the truck here now. We're gonna go down to where the big pie-shaped piece, that's where we're gonna go. And I'm gonna get hook onto the water trailer there because I'm gonna move the ewes back into there. They're in with the dugout right now, so they got lots of water in the dugout. Or I'm gonna let them have that big pie-shaped piece again. And then I see about dragging some chicken tractors out so I can get the meat chickens out of the barn and out on the grass to start feeding them some sunshine. But in order to get the chicken tractors out, I gotta take all this electric netting down. And the lambs have kind of grazed what they're gonna graze, so I might just move that too. So I got 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 things on the go all at once here. I just noticed that on my way down here that the neighbor's suddenly getting into sheep. I think somebody crossed the fence over there, so pretty good idea that means it's time to move. But generally you want to be, moving them before they jump the fence. So just as I was coming up the road with the water trailer there, that one lone sheep popped out of the neighbor's driveway and is out on the road there now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start filling that water trailer, and I'm going to take the old Volkswagen out to the field. Yeah, that's unique. Take the Volkswagen out there, the bucket of grain, get everybody back where they're supposed to be. And yeah, hopefully there's a little less chaos for the rest of the day. So basically my plan is to hop into this little clown car here with a bucket of grain hanging out the window into the old here, sheepy, sheepy, sheep. Hopefully it follows me out to the field, and hopefully I don't get the car stuck. So I'm at a Mexican standoff with this sheep down here, because in order to get it back into that paddock there with the other sheep, we're gonna go halfway down to the end of the road. So it's got to leave its friends and follow me, which I'm not very enticing, even though I do have a bucket of grain. It's not a boss ewe, right? So it's not inclined. It thinks somewhat with its stomach, but not entirely with its stomach. So I'm gonna try and get around behind it here and see if I can chase it. But she's already walking away, so I know that's not gonna work. Here, sheep, sheep, sheep. Yep, she's a moron. Awesome. Not gonna get anything done today. So I had to walk away. Sometimes, sometimes you're standing at the end of the road shaking a bucket of grain, and the animal, for whatever reason, is stressed or doesn't trust you, or just wants to seek the comfort of its own flock and doesn't want to, go outside of its comfort zone. And that the animal can feel your stress. As your stress elevates, it doesn't make the situation any better. I could feel the heat start to come up in my chest and up into my neck, and I knew I was turning red in the face. And it's time. It's time. Just leave it there. It can eat in the ditch for a little while. I'll finish filling that water trailer up. I got my staple guns. I'm gonna go over there, do some patchwork on the chicken tractors, pull the chicken tractors out. The donkey's gonna give me a piece of her mind. And then I'll go back and deal with it in a few moments when I've calmed down. Whew. I'm half out of breath now after dragging the two smaller chicken tractors out. We've had them stored in behind where the lumber pile is there. I built these, I want to say, it had to be 2020, so they'll be 3 years old now, because I'd already started the YouTube channel when I built these, because it gives tutorials on how to build this. So you can search back in my videos and you'll find the not the blueprints. It's not really a step-by-step instruction, but it's a vlog, right? So there's some direction, and then there's some learnings, and then there's some failings. And anyways, this is the finished product, and they're fantastic. I really like how it turned out. They're 10 by 12, and we put 22 chickens in each, and they're awesome. But it's 3 years now. It's 3 years, and so that means, I mean, everything wears out. I expected these to have a 5-year shelf life. After 3 years, it's time to do a little bit of maintenance, so I can get a couple more years out of them. I might even get more. I might get 10 years. I don't know. But I kind of planned for 5 years. And some of the products, when it gets rebuilt, like the tin, for instance, the tin's going to last significantly longer than 5 years. So I might be able to strip that off and put it onto another chicken tractor. But the mesh, you know, the hinges, some of the, you know, the lower track board, that stuff's just constantly exposed to the environment and ground, right? So it's eventually going to rot out, need to be replaced. But we'll do a little maintenance today, and then we'll see if we can get some. We're not going to get all the birds into them, but we'll get some birds into them at least. So maybe you're wondering what kind of maintenance a chicken tractor like this might need. Well, I mean, it's mostly this stuff, right? As the birds get bigger and kind of towards their final days, so to speak, they do put a little bit of outward pressure as they kind of squabble and whatnot. You put a little bit of outward pressure on this, and it can pop the staples out. So I come back, make sure everything's stapled up nice and tight, and then of course the hinges on the lids, I lift those twice a day. I'm putting in food, water, what have you, so they really get some miles on them. And so I gotta redo a couple of the screws on the one hinge over there, and then of course I'm going to check all the screws on the tin. I don't want anything flapping and banging and things like that. That's well, that's a recipe for a disaster, right? The wind gets underneath a piece of tin, works away at it until you have an envelope. You don't have a piece of tin anymore, and then you're looking for a new piece of tin. And that's not the whole point of this. Was to make it kind of a multi-year project where it could last over and over and over again, so I could take that initial build cost and spread it out over a long time. So maintenance is pretty important. All right, so chicken tractor maintenance is all done. You see the water trailer's overflowing there, so we're gonna get this water shut off. And boy, I tell you, one thing I really want to make sure I do is pull that garden hose out of the back of that trailer. Last year when we had that air conditioner installed, I parked the side-by-side right here, and at 10 o'clock at night or whatever, and I put the garden hose in, I filled the trailer, so the following morning at 5 a.m. I could just hop in the side-by-side and go to, I think I was going over there by the apple trees or something like that. Anyways, I forgot to take that hose out, and I had a single loop around that air conditioner, and we just had it installed, like just that week, I think we'd had it installed. Anyways, I pulled the side-by-side forward, and I felt a little bit of resistance, but nothing big. I give it a little bit of gas, and away we went. Lo and behold, I ripped that air conditioning unit clean off the house, and that was not a cheap lesson. And I shouldn't laugh about it now, because that was better part of a mortgage payment to fix that little screw up. So we're gonna take the hose out. Don't want to make that mistake again. So sometimes problems, if not ignored but left to sit a moment, do kind of solve themselves. So I went up and I grabbed that water trailer, and I come back down, and this stupid sheep here We're still on the outside of the fence. But anyways, I brought all the ewes up to the top corner of the little pie-shaped piece. And, you know, not one to be lonely, of course. She ran all the way down to that gate, ran down this field alongside the truck, and she's standing right there, right beside the gate. Now, I'm not going to open that gate yet because that leads into here, and I've got to go put my water trailer in there. So I'm going to leave everybody to congregate there momentarily. And then I'll open the gate and let them in there once I got the water trailer unhooked and all set up. Hopefully there's not any more shenanigans. We're parked up here now. I'm going to move the troughs from where they are for obvious reasons. If I leave those water troughs there for too long, next year the grass won't grow there. And you know what will grow there? Thistles. If I'm lucky, it'll be mayweed. But anyways, yeah, we'll get this drug out. I dumped all the water out of it earlier. So we'll just pick a new spot right beside, string the hose, and Robert will be our mother's brother. Well, there you have it. It's going to be half the afternoon getting that thing filled up. But I can unhook from that and go about my day, go do other things. Maybe, you know, go put sheep away where they're supposed to be. And that can fill all by itself. And that'll take that down to about a half a tank. And that'll be good for probably a full week on what's left in there, depending on rainfall and dew and everything in the mornings. But yeah, I like that. It's kind of low maintenance in terms of I don't have to come back here every day and pack water, but it is kind of high maintenance in turn. Like, I guess you're trading one input for another, right? So you do 15 minutes in small chunks every so often, or you just got to spend an hour and do it all at once and just do it the one time. So it really depends what, you know, time. If you have 15 minutes every day, sure, you know, load up some water, pack it down here, check on everybody. Sure, that's fantastic. But if you want to come down here, you know, once every 4 or 5 days, maybe once a week, this works a little bit better. I should mention, of course, that this is just like a television, right? It's no babysitter. You can't just leave your flock unattended and just, oh, they got lots of water. You do, I think I said you got to come down and check every 4 or 5 days. You do got to come down and check at a regular frequency. But maybe water is one of those things that you don't have to arbitrarily come down and manage every 1 to 2 days if you got a system like this. But yeah, you can't leave them to their own devices for a week because they'll get up to all kinds of mischief. As you can see, if we leave for the weekend, that's all it takes. They're like, I think we're gonna move next door now. So now if you're like us and you're setting this up, you know, you got sheep on one side and cows on the other side, what you want to do, the hard lesson we learned, is keep your troughs well over a head length inside the field. And the reason for that, the first year we did that, I put the water trough right here on the inside of this panel. And you can see that's why this panel is here now. This rough cut lumber is here now, because the trough sat there and the cows broached a giant hole, well, multiple giant holes in the buffalo wire, pushing into the water trough because they didn't want to go around the corrals. And there's a dugout just on the other side of the fence over there, because they're like, why would I go over there? Cows are inherently lazy, right? Why would I go over there when there's water right here? So 2 things happened. They drank all the water in a day. So everything I was trying to do by, you know, having a multiple day water supply down here was undone. And well, 3 things happened. The second thing was they wrecked the fence. And, yeah, oh man, I tell you, what a charm that was. All right, ladies, now you can move. We'll get you out of here and into here. Be all triple happy teddy bears, and you can get back to the right side of the fence. It's funny, she was running down alongside the truck, and then I don't know, she just like, oh, unicorn, and straight dove directly into the side of the page wire fence. Full, like 150 pounds, just body slammed into that page wire. So I'm glad the fence held up, but I'm gonna have to come down with a pair of pliers for sure and do some tweaking and tightening there, because I'm thinking that probably looks like a wet garbage bag right now. Go on. Gate's right there. Oh, you're such an idiot. Oh my goodness. See, it's stuff like that that just makes me want to phone the man from Tofield and just say, come come solve this problem for me. I don't care if I lose the farm. Like, I'll pay you. I'll literally pay you to come and just get rid of these damn things some days. See, and this is Norma too. Like, she's got a CSIP tag in her ear because she was actually auction fodder. The first year I was going to send her down the road, but somehow there was an error, a clerical error in the corrals over here, and she made the cut somehow, well, even though she was already tagged. So she never ended up going with the man from Tofield. And whatever, she's been a decent ewe, but today not so much. Let's see if she'll come in that open gate there now. I got my back turned to her. It's like she's never watched Tropic Thunder before. You never go full retard. Now she's full tilt, heading towards the rams. I might have to solve this problem with a 30-30. I can't deal with this today. It's just too much some days, I tell you. You know what it is? It's because as the wife went to town today, she whispered in my ear, she's like, oh, get lots done, get lots done. I hate to say it, but I think she's gonna have to lower her expectations for the day. Yeah, it's a battle of wits right now. That's what this is. Will and wits. I don't know if I have either of those right now. I just don't have the strength today. I got mint sauce. I got gravy. I got mashed potatoes. We can make arrangements. Decided I'm not gonna go around her anymore. I'm just gonna go straight at her. Maybe she'll go around me. Oh, my neighbor just got home with the grader. That's good. You can watch the show. Wouldn't want anybody to miss out here. Of course, she's right up against the ram pen. Got the boys interested. We'll see if we can walk her down the fence line here casually, and if so, try and get her back in that gate. I can't believe she just didn't walk right through that open gate. That just blows my mind. You know, as if to make things so much better, crawling underneath that barbed wire fence over there, I just ripped the nutsack right out of my good jeans. It's getting better and better. All right, I didn't get it on film, but she's back in over there. I didn't get it on film because as I'm running across the field with the crotch torn out of my pants, she's running over here, and I knew we could rendezvous over here at the gate. And I walked up to the gate, she walked up to the gate, I opened the gate, and she just stepped right inside like nothing ever happened. So rude. So rude. I need to go get an ice cream treat now, I think. All right, so we're back on track here. No more sheep shenanigans. I got the chicken tractors. Well, I got the electric netting down and the chicken tractors pulled out into position, in the starting position. And then I got my Rubbermaid tote here. So I'm gonna take about 8 to 10 chicks in each turn and then set them up in the chicken tractors. Make a few runs, see how everybody settles in here. And they can go eat some sunshine, some grasshoppers. Of course, some sweet, sweet alfalfa. All right, so I got all the chicks moved over here now into the 2 chicken tractors. There was, what was there, 56 in total, so 28 in each tractor. And I'm just getting the most important job done here right now, and that's food and water. Now, one of the things, like, water's super important. This is not like the sheep. It's not like the sheep where you can have a setup and it's 4 or 5 days or whatever. If you want to be mobile, you got to come out here every day and you got to change your water. That's the one unique thing about meat chickens. Well, I don't even think it's unique about meat chickens, but about chickens for sure, is that they really like to shit where they drink. And that's just disgusting. But so pretty important we get out here every day and get them fresh water. And same with the food, right? Now, the food, they're going to go through one of these tubs, probably not every single day for the first couple weeks here, but, you know, give them 2 weeks and they're going to ramp up, and then they're going to be steadily digesting each one of those every single day, plus the grass that they eat. Now, given the age that they're at, they're about 3 weeks old here now, and they're just coming out onto the grass. Generally, that's right around the time that you want to switch from a poultry starter to a poultry grower. What I would recommend is that you don't do this right now, not the same day that you move, because you're introducing a move, plus you're introducing them to grass. So there's already stress, plus a dietary change. If you change from a starter to a grower the same day, oh boy, somebody's upset. If you change from a starter to a grower at the same day you go out on grass, you might end up with some tummy aches, and you might end up with some, wings going to heaven kind of thing. So we kind of want to avoid that. So 4 or 5 days before you put them out in the chicken tractor, or 4 or 5 days after, it's just about acclimation time, right? And then you're good to get them all switched over.